Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. Welcome to another session of professional webinars. Today, we are joined here with Dr. Sharif Russell. He's a senior lecturer in business and management at Flinders University, with a strong background in research, teaching, and industry collaboration. Dr. Russell holds a PhD in international business and has published widely in his field. His journey as an academic and researcher offers valuable insights for students, migrants, and professionals alike. We are excited to learn from his experience today. Dr. Sharif Russell, thank you for joining me today.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for inviting me.
Awesome, thank you. To start off things, can you please tell me a bit more about yourself, where you grew up, your early education, and how your journey brought you to Australia?
So I was born in Bangladesh, so it's quite a unique journey for me to come to Adelaide and starting my career in the academia. So I studied economics in my undergrad and graduation. So after graduating from university, I joined Bangladesh Civil Service. So I worked in Bangladesh for about first 3 years and then another 2 or 3 years as an assistant commissioner and magistrate. So it was quite a different job I had before I came to Australia.
Yep.
So I started my career in 2006 as a civil servant. And after 3 years, I got an opportunity to study international development studies in the Netherlands. So I got a Dutch government fellowship to study there. So I took this opportunity. I moved to the Netherlands, and I started my second master's there. So it was very research intensive. I had no plan actually to start a career or to actually have a career in the academia.
Yeah.
But I loved actually the Dutch education system and how they introduced research to me. And I performed, alhamdulillah, I performed really well. In one subject, it was econometrics, I got 100% marks. And the teacher actually recommended me to work in a European Commission funded project. So I joined a research institute in The Hague. I worked there for 1 year, and I learned many research tools, but it actually motivated me to pursue a career in the academia. Then after my study, I went back to Bangladesh, but I started looking for an option to study PhD. There I got an opportunity, a scholarship to do my PhD at Monash University. So this is how I actually came to Australia.
Awesome.
But after PhD, alhamdulillah, I was very lucky that I got very good supervisors, good mentors, and they guided me. They gave me opportunity like teaching opportunities, research opportunities from the very beginning of my PhD.
Yeah.
And these opportunities helped me to build my career. I mean, to build myself as a very competitive candidate for a lecturer position. So once I complete my PhD, then I got a job offer at Monash. I took this, and then ultimately I moved to Adelaide. And
Okay, Monash in Victoria, correct?
Yes, that's in Victoria. Yes.
How long did you spend over there?
I joined Monash University in February 2018. And then I got another opportunity at Flinders. Then I moved to Adelaide in December 2019. So almost 2 years.
Okay,
I was at Monash University.
So you're also doing lecturing in Monash University as well, or were you studying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was also lecturing international business and strategy at Monash.
Okay, so you had completed your PhD by then, yes?
I completed my PhD by 2017.
Okay,
And after my graduation, I joined Monash University.
Okay, so you basically just fell into the academia type of.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So you never planned it. You didn't plan it at all. No plans. Just fell into it.
No, I never had any plans for my career or like for my professional career or any other aspects of my lives. But alhamdulillah. So
a lot of our audience are young students and migrants, as you know, and mature age learners as well. Did you face any challenging adjusting to the new environment here in Australia, or the transitions you made to Netherlands and Australia? How was it? How did you manage those? If there were any difficulties then?
Yes, definitely. I had many challenges. The
Yeah,
first challenge was the Australian culture was quite different,
yeah,
because I had my education in Bangladesh first and then in Netherlands. So Netherlands is much more, I would say, much more open culture,
yeah,
especially in the academia. But in Australia, I would say it's much more like it's a mix of Western culture and Asian cultures.
yeah,
So I had difficulties to adapt to the the educational environment in Australia, especially
yeah,
interacting with the students. I remember the first tutorial that I taught at Monash University in 2014 because I was just an international student,
yeah,
and I only had 3 or 4 months in Australia, and then
yeah,
I was told to teach because my supervisor wanted me to teach because teaching he still thinks teaching is a unique opportunity to learn.
mhm,
But again, like interacting with the students, they came from a different background, and I didn't have any idea
yeah,
uh, about the Australian education system. So like it's a huge challenge, but alhamdulillah,
for sure.
yes.
For sure. That's good. That's very good. So let's move on to like a life of like day in a life or life of a lecturer. So what does a typical day look like for you at work? And is it teaching, researching, or is it a bit juggling a bit of everything? How does it work?
Uh, uh, like it depends.
Okay.
So we have semester days and off semester days. So we do have like 2 semesters, like usually Australian universities
Yeah.
have 2 semesters every year. Each semester length is, I would say, 4 months. So 3 months in person or interaction with the students, 1 month for preparation and marking the student assignments or exam papers.
Yeah.
So other than these 8 months, you have like a flexible work environment. You do have meetings, you do have research responsibilities,
Yeah.
but in those days, you can do actually whatever you like. So those days are very flexible. Like
Yeah.
I often work from home, but even during the semesters, you don't have teaching every day.
Yeah.
So it also depends on your role. So there are 3 types of roles in a university. Um, there are research only academics, there are teaching only academics, and there are balanced academics. So I'm a balanced academic. Like I do have both research and teaching
Yeah.
responsibilities. So for a balanced academic, usually a teacher or an academic usually teaches for 6 hours every week during
Okay.
the semester. So six
Yeah.
hours means like 3 classes. And this semester I got classes on Thursday and
Yeah.
sorry, on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
So Wednesday 4 hours, Thursday 2 hours.
Okay.
So other than this, like direct interaction with the students,
Yeah.
you can manage how you like.
How you like? Oh, okay. So that 6 hours is minimum, or is
That's actually maximum for a balanced
oh, that's
academic.
okay.
But
Okay.
for a teaching only academic, it can be 12 hours a week.
Yeah. Okay.
And for a research only academic, they don't have any teaching
Okay.
responsibilities.
Okay. Awesome. Interesting. So what's the most? What do you enjoy the most about the work, or what are some challenges? Or is there any? Yeah.
I I enjoy interacting with the students.
Of
Um,
course. Yeah.
uh, 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 because I think students' feedback helped me to improve my performance.
Yeah.
I was not born in Australia. I didn't have any understanding of the Australian culture,
Okay.
but I always asked for feedback from my students, and the students are also very kind to provide me feedback, and those feedback helped me to learn and to adapt to the academic system.
Yeah.
But I actually I enjoy like one thing to interact with these students, other thing to do research, because every day you do like a unique kind of research, and when you see the impact of your research on the day-to-day life of the people or the actors you're researching about, then you feel
Yeah.
very, very happy about. The challenge, I would say, during the semesters, because when you teach, you receive lots of emails from students. It can, like, we often receive emails midnight, early mornings, because like they do have their own cycles. So you receive emails throughout the day, and responding to those emails can be very distracting, because you are doing research and then you receive an email, and you need to respond to those emails. So
Of course.
sometimes it can be very distracting.
But the time management is key then, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of course. So we often hear research is a big part of university life.
Mm.
How central is research in your role, and how can students actually get involved early on if they're interested in this field of academia?
Research is a big part of
Of course. Yeah,
the academic career. That's what we do all the time. We
yeah,
think about research, we think about new ideas, contemporary issues, and how they impact international business in my field.
yeah,
For other disciplines, they do have their own contemporary issues.
of course.
So you need to, like, you need to be very updated what's going on around you. Like, you need to read newspapers, you need to follow politics, and like all, like, the real life
Yeah,
incidents happening
yeah,
around you.
yeah,
So yes, research is a big part, and we
of
need to. The challenge is to receive funding for research, because when you like to do research, you need a budget, because you need to collect data, you need a research assistant, you need to travel to different places, and to get those budget, you need to apply for grants. So it's highly competitive,
yeah,
and and it's a big challenge. And without grants, you can't, like, continue,
yeah,
because you need, then if you don't have any grant money, you have to do everything by yourself, and
of
it's
course.
not feasible. So
Yeah,
that's a major challenge, and that's how research is a key component in our career.
yeah.
For a student,
What type? Yeah.
I would say,
Academic, yeah, with you, or how would that work?
yeah, I just recruited a student as my research assistant.
Okay.
She just completed her undergraduate degree,
Yep.
and she was one of the best students in my class. So I would say, like, if anybody is interested in research,
Yeah.
it's a good idea to interact with the teachers
Of course.
and ask for a research assistant opportunity,
Of course. Yeah.
because every teacher got some money and
Yeah.
got some grants. And like, if a student asks them
Yeah.
whether, and if they are really good in those subjects, and
Yeah.
if there is a very good understanding between the teacher and the student, then
Yeah.
yes, definitely a student can get involved in research.
Of course. Perfect. All right, let's talk about how one can become a lecturer or an academic. What's the study path that would need to take in Australia or in general? Yeah.
But for any Australian students, they can do honors after their bachelor degree, like
Okay.
after their undergraduate degree.
Undergraduate. Yeah.
And honors can be a pathway to get into the PhD program.
Okay. Yep.
So they don't need to do a master's degree, so they can do an honors instead. And after honors, they can get an admission into the PhD program.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's the way, actually, a doctorate degree is essential
Because
for
a PhD is a must to be
yeah, PhD
a must.
is a must for
Yeah.
most of the applicants.
Okay.
Some can be exempted if they have, like, huge experience in the industry.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And if
Yeah.
the industry experience is relevant for teaching a particular subject, then they can be exempted. But
Relevant.
I have not seen any such
Oh, okay. Yep.
exemptions.
So besides the academic qualification, what skills do you think it's important for one to possess to be successful in this field? Like public speaking, writing, leadership, all those would play a huge role if they want to be successful in this position.
Interpersonal skill is quite important,
Yeah.
like interacting with the students, interacting with other people, like other researchers,
Yeah.
and also the capability to work on teams. That's also important. Most of the research is actually done by teams. So a
Okay.
team of researchers, they collaborate on a research project. So that's why it's important to have interpersonal skills, to have the capability to work on teams. I think those are the most important things.
Yeah.
Public speaking, if anybody is interested in teaching, then
Yeah.
obviously public speaking is also important. But I would say teaching is quite different from public speaking. So
Yeah.
an academic can be a very good teacher even without any public speaking
Okay.
skills.
Yeah. 100%. Okay, so then for someone coming out of high school, they would go to uni to do their bachelor's first?
Yes,
Yes. Okay, complete your bachelor's, then honors,
yes, and then PhD.
then you go to PhD. Okay, that's the way for a local. Yep. And if
Yes.
someone, a migrant, for example,
If
what
they
would they
don't
do?
have an honors degree, then
Yeah.
they can do a master's degree with a research component.
Okay.
So master's degree can be a coursework master's degree, or can be a research intensive master's degree, or a master's degree could have a research component, I mean a thesis work.
Would
So
work.
if the thesis work is more than 25% of total grades in the master's degree, then they can get an admission into the PhD program.
All right.
So
Okay.
that's essential, yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
But for any year 12 students, I would
Yeah.
suggest to get into a program like they can do a kind of research
Okay.
where in some disciplines it's difficult to get into the academia. They need to go through a kind of research intensive path. So
Mhm.
after their PhD, they need to be a research fellow for some time before they can be a lecturer.
Okay. Okay.
So especially in science-related degrees, it's
Yes.
very common
Yeah.
that like a PhD, a doctorate, like candidate should be a research fellow first, and then they can become a lecturer.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Let's talk about some opportunities. So, are there any exciting or emerging fields in academia or research that the students should keep an eye out for in the future, or
Artificial intelligence,
is it, of
I
course,
would
yeah,
say, it's the biggest contemporary issue.
yeah,
And artificial intelligence is having an impact on different fields. So
yeah,
based on your discipline or based on their discipline, they can find the impact of artificial intelligence on their discipline, on the factors related to their
yeah,
discipline. Another thing, if any students doing economics, business, then Trump's policy can be a big factor.
yeah, yeah.
So I would say the Trump's policy, trade policy, the Ukraine-Russia war, or the artificial intelligence, these are the major factors nowadays.
100%. Okay, all right, interesting. Yep. So, let's talk about salary range for someone who's getting into this field. Can you give us a rough idea for a lecturer in Australia and how it can progress with over experience? Yep.
Yeah, so a lecturer usually gets around $110,000.
Okay.
So yeah, 110, yes,
Yep.
$110,000, yes.
Okay. Yep.
And every year they get a kind of increment based on their performance.
Okay. Yep.
So it can go above $130,000 per annum before tax
Before tax. Okay. This
for
is
a lecturer.
starting off. Is this you're talking about 110 is starting?
Yeah, 110 is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
starting.
Right. And
Yes,
then obviously then
110.
more experience and etc. You can go up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Like in the academia, it's very interesting. So
Yeah.
that's if you're a very good lecturer, then you
Yeah.
can ask for a market loading. Market loading means if you have a job offer from another university, then you can discuss this with your HR department and you can say, okay, I have huge demand in the market.
Yeah.
So can you please, like on top of my salary, can you please add a market loading? And it can be another 50%. So
Okay.
as a lecturer, your salary could be like 180, even $200,000 based on your experience and your
Experience. Yeah.
performance.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good.
And
Yeah.
then you become a senior lecturer. Senior lecturer gets salary above $135,000. So that's the
Okay.
starting point for a senior lecturer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, if the senior lecturer gets a market loading, it can be much
Even.
more than this.
Yeah.
Then the academic becomes an associate professor, it can be around $170,000. But again, it varies from one university to another university.
Yeah.
A professor usually gets over $200,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, there can be a market loading on
Yeah.
top of the basic salary. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Any tips for networking and finding mentors for students who are just starting out?
I would say, like as a teacher, how I recruit my students for research assistant
Okay.
job
Yeah.
is based on their performance in the class.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, how much they interact in the class, how they contribute to the discussion in the class. So
Yeah.
contribution to the discussion and asking questions to the teacher, and probably if they have any write-up they wanted to show the teachers, please don't hesitate. Please go and ask for advice on your like initial draft.
Of course.
And this is how I would suggest a student should develop some relationship with the
With
teacher.
them. Yeah.
So that's like within the discipline.
Yeah.
Student association also could be a good platform to do network.
Okay. So
Every
the groups
university,
that you have university, you can join those. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, every discipline got their own
Okay.
student association,
Yeah.
and I think that's the easiest way,
Yeah.
because at the discipline level, it's less competitive to
Yeah.
get into the association. I think that's another way to develop networks.
Of course. Yeah.
And I saw many students they were when they were students and when they were serving as a committee member,
Yeah.
and now I can see them as my colleague. So
Yeah.
they performed so well.
Earlier you said um time management is key in your
Mhm.
role. So how do you personally manage your balance, your personal life and teaching outside of work? How do you keep a balance of everything?
Yeah, no, I think the academia got huge flexibility, as
Okay,
I
yes,
said.
yeah,
So I do have 6 hours teaching every week.
right.
Other than these, I can organize my like work schedule as I want.
Yeah,
I often I spend Monday and Tuesday on research works, and weekends on Jamaat activities.
mashallah.
And
Yeah,
then I do have teaching activities on Thursday and Wednesday.
like you said,
And
yeah,
Friday is for meetings with my PhD students, also on research project meetings, all these
yeah,
things.
mm,
But it's easy. Like if you miss a day, if you can't work, for example, if I can't work on Monday, for example, for Jamaat activities, then what
yeah.
I can do, I can work after hours.
Okay, yeah,
So I can do afterwards. I can like it's up to you, because the academia is a kind of self-supervised,
okay,
so you don't need to give your timetables or timesheets to anyone. So you manage your own time. You have a yearly target to achieve,
okay,
and doesn't matter how you achieve it, when you achieve it, but as long as you achieve yearly targets, you are
okay,
fine.
yeah, fine. Okay. So what keeps you motivated and keep going every day?
I would say the research works,
Yeah,
and also um, I have motivated a number of students,
yeah, man.
and they are in many of them are in different top positions in different countries. And when I see their success stories, and when they still ask for reference letters, and when they also ask for my advice on something, then you get motivated. Okay, now I made a contribution. Also, when you see a research makes a huge impact. For example, I did a research a couple of years ago in India in collaboration with World Vision India,
Yep.
and it changed the lives of 10,000 women, for example. So
Wow.
when you see and when you get this kind of news, you are automatically motivated.
Okay, of course, of course. Okay, so if you could go back in time and give your younger self some career advice, what would that be?
Probably I would I would pursue a career in the academia.
Of course, yeah.
I wouldn't join a Bangladesh civil service. So I would start my PhD earlier so that I can
Earlier,
get
yeah.
into academia earlier. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Fair enough. And finally, for all the students watching and who are unsure about the career path, what's one piece of advice you'd leave them with?
If anybody is interested in the academia, it's important to develop networks and
Network.
also to focus on writing because writing is quite important.
Yep,
We often see a teacher only speaks, but research brings a teacher into the academia or into a university. So research is the major focus. So try to explore opportunities to get into any research projects
yep,
when even when they are an undergrad student is still possible,
yep,
and also to write something, interacting with the teachers,
yep.
attending student association meetings. I think building network, I would say, the most important thing in the academia.
Awesome. Perfect. I think that wraps up for today. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. And to the viewers, we'll be leaving link in the description to our website. Then you can follow up with Dr. Saab himself and you can message him, email him if you need any questions or anything. And Jazakallah.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
And
Jazakallah.
thank
Assalamu alaikum.
you. Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.